Welcome, Eyad. So Eyad is coming from Palestine, Middle East. He's from the Gaza Strip, Al-Aqsa University from the Gaza Strip. He's a specialist of physical education, among other, because he's doing a lot of things, but he's having the pleasure to do a presentation today, named like physical education in the context of Palestine. Eyad was visiting us since 3 months now. He's leaving in the beginning of October. We have the chance to have it in the physical education class, in the program of physical education. So he's going to introduce you and talk about what is the context of Palestine, what is the reality of Palestine, and also what's look like physical education in Palestine. So Eyad is also tennis player, tennis coach. He's teaching sports school, he's teaching health education, he's teaching culture in the sport field, and is here with us. So Eyad, floor is yours, please.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank Dr. Tigwan for his invitation for me to UQAM. It's a great pleasure to be in UQAM University. I'm going to talk about the physical education in Palestine. First, I would like to say something about Palestine.
Give me a second.
Palestine.
Here it is, and you can do it.
Yes.
Sorry.
When we say Palestine, sometimes the people get confused. What is Palestine? Palestine is considered a state under occupation by the General Assembly of United Nations, resolution number 6719 for 2012. One of the world's most tense security due to Israeli violation against Palestinian civilians, as well as settlement expansion in the Palestinian territories, and in violation of all laws and conventions. In addition to the apartheid-Israeli separation wall that Israel constructed in the West Bank and in the Gaza Strip. It's the most tense place. So the people are in tense all the time. I'm 50 years old, and since that, I become aware on earth, the people in Palestine, every day follow-up news, every day. So follow-up news because they want to know what's going on. What's going on, that means something. If is it open or closed? What's the meaning of open or closed? Do we have today school? Do we have today a road to go? Do we have an access for health? Sometimes we don't have this because it's closed. In history, before 1978, in green, it was the historic Palestine, where the people live from both sides. I mean, the Israeli people, the Palestinian people, they live together in the same area. After that, become a conflict and war, and there is a separation. The people forced to move to Gaza Strip. Some people forced to move to West Bank. So we have three parts. We have Gaza Strip, we have Israel, and we have West Bank. Gaza Strip and the West Bank become Palestine, but they are separated. The other thing that nowadays, if we look to this picture, we see that the land of the Palestinian losing the land, losing because of the settlement. Where is the Palestinian now? The Palestinian people are distributed in many areas. As I mentioned before, One area is Gaza Strip. The second area is West Bank. And also there is Palestinian living inside Israel. Half of the Palestinian people live outside in Arab countries, in refugee camp, like in Syria, in Lebanon, in Iraq, and in Jordan. The most interesting thing that 1/3 of the Palestinian people is under the age of 15 years old. 1/3. Most of the Palestinian people are young. 30% of the total population of the Palestinian is under the age or over the age of 65. Yesterday, I went to school with my friend to get his son from school. And when I saw how many children come out of the school, I was astonished and laughing. If you are in Gaza, during the time where the children goes out, you see thousands and thousands of children inside the street. And they goes alone at home. So Gaza Strip, I live in the Gaza Strip, actually. It has an area less than Montreal. And Montreal is bigger than Gaza Strip. About 2 million people live in the Gaza Strip. It has a nice beach, a nice agriculture area, nice weather, but at the same time, it's closure. There is a blockade on Gaza since 2007 till now. And it's very hard. We live like in a prison for a long time. It's considered as the highest population density in the world, the highest population density area on the world. Also, since 2008 till now, we have 4 wars against Gaza. Palestinian educational system. If we talk about the Palestinian educational system, we talk about a long and complex history of control from other countries. Long history of control from other countries controlling the educational system in Palestine. During the British Mandate and Jordanian government, Egyptian government, Israeli government.
Anthony, do you listen?
Yes, I can hear. I had to mute everybody because somebody did not have their thing closed.
Okay, that's good. Sorry.
We're good now. We're good. Sorry.
Okay, I'm talking about the history of the Palestinian education system. The history it shows us that many countries controlling the educational system. So this affects us as a Palestinian from many ways, especially education under the Israeli occupation. At the beginning of 1967, the Israel controlled the educational system for the Palestinian, and East Jerusalem came under Israeli control, controlling the entire educational experience of the Palestinian students, including curriculum, construction, maintenance of schools, and employment of educators. During this period, the education system was severely limited and prevented from developing its curriculum, teacher preparation programs, teaching methodology, and assessment. As a result, the system remains stagnant without any substantial development for 27 years. After that, in 1993, there was, for the first time, the Palestinians controlling their educational system as a result of Oslo Agreement between the PLO, Palestinian Liberation Organization, and Israel. Since that time, they establishing what we call it now Ministry of Education. They establishing the curriculum for whole subject except physical education. From 1993 till 2017. 2017, they established for the first time a curriculum for physical education. And the education system is divided into stages. We have what we call basic stages and secondary stages. Basic stages divided into two parts: preparation stage and empowerment stage. Preparation stage starts from stage grade 1 to 4, and from 4 to 9, this is, we call it basic stage, and from 10 to 12, this is secondary stage. And also we have preschool stage. Preschool stage is not obligatory. I mean, the children can go, or if don't want, they don't go. But nowadays, most of the kids in Palestine, they go to kindergarten. We have KG1 and KG2. And after that, we have the higher education. But before higher education, the students at grade 11, they must decide which stream they want to go during the secondary school. If they want to go to a literary stream or scientific stream. Scientific stream, that means they are going to study math, chemistry, all the stuff of the science. And if they go to a literary stream, they will go study language, history, social science. At the end of grade 12, the students all the students in Palestine, they must pass general secondary exam. General secondary exam for the whole students. And this general secondary examination is something very important, because it will affect you, by the way, which university you are going to and which major you are going to study. If you have low grade in this exam, you couldn't enter, for example, medical school or engineering school. Most of our students in physical education college, most of them, they have low grade score in physical and secondary examination. According to the Palestinian General Bureau of Statistics, the number of school students in Palestine, West Bank, and East Jerusalem is 1,300,000 students. Of these students, 1,061,000 students were in grade 1 to 9 basic stage, with equal proportion of girls and boys. At the secondary level, grade 10 to 12, there were 248,000 with the same proportion, 55% female and 45% male. The school completion rate is very high, with the students in 2020-2021 school year, having completion rate of 99.1% among male students and 99.4% among female students. Impact of Israeli occupation on Palestinian education. The Israeli occupation has continued to have major influence on the Palestinian education. Even we have our own Ministry of Education, still there is an occupation. So they are preventing schools sometimes and teachers from accessing schools via school closure or curfew. They also control which education resources are allowed into occupied territories, including schools, supplies, and information technology. As I mentioned, there is a closure. So some material are permitted to enter, some it's not permitted to enter. My kids, my little daughter, she asked me to bring a ballon. Ballon, you know ballon? I asked her, what do you want? She said, I need ballon. Please bring ballon. Ballon is not permitted to enter Gaza. Ballon for kids, you know, it's not permitted. So also they control whether a school can be built or expanded. And they are regularly demolished. Any structures built without permission. As you know, we have a wall around Gaza Strip, and there is a wall around West Bank. And there is a gate to enter. And sometimes they close it. Nowadays, it's closed. Nobody can go or enter. And if I want to go back home, I couldn't. I must wait. Nobody. Challenges facing the Palestinian educational system. The lack of respect afforded the teaching profession. The quality of teacher education program at some Palestinian universities. Ineffective school leadership, school curriculum, routine learning and memorization is still prevalent in the Palestinian educational system. Also, we have a political division between the Palestinian leaders in the West Bank and in Gaza. The involvement of Palestinian parents in their children's schools is an important factor that needs to be strengthened. I have here some video I want to maybe. I'm sorry.
أنا مدرسة بس كل سقطة ضعفي أنا بروح المدرسة لأنه في المدرسة بستخدم خيالي الواسع وفيها أمور كتير يعني خيال كتير فيها لأني لو ما تعلمتش بضلي أحضر في الدار وأنا فايدة شيء نمشي أكثر شيء بالطول شغل أحضر ثاني شغل كل أواجبها مضيين
Yeah. Now I'm going to talk about physical education. Physical education, it has a long history. Since the Ottoman era. It was also coming by missionary schools aimed at Palestine, were an active part in building these schools, including Bishop's School and Friends School in Ramallah. It was the physical education was part of a school curriculum. They used to play games like football, basketball, running, jumping, discus, and tug of war. During the British mandate, school sport continued to suffer from low interest compared to other teaching subjects. The absence of supervision and budget. Under the Israeli occupation, school sport were limited to little activity with absence of the necessary infrastructure and weak staff, appointing non-specialized teacher to teach sports classes. During the Palestinian National Authority, school sports revived in a short time, and it has become part of the Palestinian national sports system. When I didn't remember when I was at school that we have a physical education teacher. Usually the math teacher took us to play. But nowadays we have something called physical education teacher. Yes. The Palestinian Minister of Education working hard to build the capabilities of physical education, teaching and sport supervisor in school, which reflect the development of student abilities, skill, and behavior. The most important thing with this, that the Minister of Education prepared and distributed guidebook for teachers, and they started it on 2017 for the first time. This guidebook for the teacher contains the annual teaching plan for each grade, a description of the skills of the game that chosen for them, in addition to activities and suggested motor tasks, and to standardize the physical education teachers' work in Palestinian school, that to standardize it. This guidebook has become like a curriculum for physical education in Palestinian school. I want to say some successful stories about physical education, especially in the Gaza Strip. First one is Gear football team. For the first time in the Gaza Strip, we have a football team for Gears. And this lady, her name is Hannah. She was one of our best students. She graduated in 2015. And she became the first coach for ladies in Palestine, actually in Gaza Strip. And nowadays, many clubs, they have team for girls. And it's become considered as something new in Gaza. The other is football team for amputees. We have a lot of injured people. They lost their legs from different age, both six. Nowadays, in every city, we have a team for amputees, and this is something actually new. Our college helped them a lot, and despite the numerous systemic challenge and obstacles under occupation, Palestinian educators continue to demonstrate tremendous tenacity, creativity, innovation, and optimism. Challenge, given the history, the Palestinian education system faced many challenges, including the marginalized status of the teaching profession, the quality of teacher education program, implementation of education strategic plan, and others. On our project, we are talking about enhancement physical education in Palestine, a comprehensive study. Physical education play a crucial role in the holistic development of school students. In the context of Palestine, where socioeconomic challenge and political condition influence the well-being of the population, improving physical education become a vital endeavor. This research project aims to investigate the current status of physical education in Palestine and propose evidence-based strategies for its enhancement. Research questions. We will, the first question, what are the current practice and curriculum framework for physical education in Palestinian school? And how do they compare to international standard? The second one, how does the availability of resources such as sport facility equipment and qualified instructors affect quality of physical education in Palestinian school? Third question, what are the current challenges and limitations in the delivery of physical education program for students in Palestine? What are the attitude and the training needs for physical education teachers in Palestine? And how can their professional development be improved to enhance the quality of physical education? Last one, how can community-based programs and partnership with local organizations contribute to the improvement of physical education opportunity for youth in Palestine. Our objectives from the research to assess the existing physical education curriculum in Palestinian school. The second object is to analyze the availability and the quality of sport facility and equipment. Number three, to understand the perception and attitude of student, teacher, and parents toward physical education. Number four, to identify the challenge and barrier hindering effective physical education in Palestine. Number five, to propose a recommendation for the improvement of physical education program in Palestine. Methodology, we are going to make survey and data collection, conduct surveys among students, teachers, and parents to gather information on their perceptive and experience with physical education. Curriculum analysis, analyze the current physical education curriculum used in Palestine, in Palestinian school, with focus in content, pedagogy, and alignment with international standards. Facility and equipment assessment, assess the availability and the quality sports facility and equipment in school across different regions of Palestine. Focus group, conduct focus group discussion with educators, policymakers, and experts in the field to gain a qualitative insight. Also, we have literature review existing literature on physical education in Palestine and best practice globally. We found a few studies. We're searching through internet, Scholar, Google Scholar, and Scopus. We found a few studies. One of the studies is talking about the barriers and facilitators associated with physical activity, actually, in the Middle East and North Africa. This is in general, and there is one. It's a doctoral thesis by the title "Physical Education in Palestine, in Palestinian Public School Under Occupation." The last one is just for public school. I'd like to mention something about our schools in Palestine, divided into three types. We have public school, governmental, and we have school run by UNRWA, because we are refugee, and UN is taking care of us. So we have a special, like the school that we show, that we see in the video, it's for UNRWA, and we have a private school. This study, it's for public school, just for public school. The barriers in general for physical activity: lack of suitable sport facility, time, social support and motivation, gender and cultural norms, harsh weather and hot climate, socio-demographic factors, advanced age, being female, less educated, being married, maybe barriers in our area, facilitators like motivation to gain health benefits, losing, maintaining weights, being male, dietary habits, recreation, increased body mass index. BT, physical education teacher in public schools in Palestine by area and gender. The total in whole Palestine, we have 1,251 physical education teacher, 523 female and 720 male. And if we look to this table, we found that the number of schools and the number of the physical education teacher, the number of schools is higher than the number of physical education teachers. That means that some schools, they didn't have a physical education teacher. And if they have just one school, just have one physical education for the whole student. And also they have just one class a week, 45 minutes for the whole grades. So we see from the previous table a significant shortage of physical education teacher compared to the number of school and the student. This is strong evidence for the need to further explore the field of physical education in Palestinian school. We draw a map for our research. So first we are going to make a portrait landscape, the reality of what's going on in Palestine in physical education. Then we're going to investigate the curriculum implementation and the physical education teacher training, and finally the partnership with local organization. I hope I give an idea about what's going on back home, and thank you again.
Thank you very much, Eyad. Thank you for being here today. It was available. It was able for Eyad to come through a co-program run by the FRQSP and the PALAS system. It's a co-funding organization, one from Palestine, one from the Quebec government. It is very not new, and it's very, very rare that professors from Palestine, West Bank, or Gaza are coming here. So thank you very much, Eyad, for coming 4 months. You still have to come in the winter because that's the beautiful moment of the year. So everybody likes winter, especially the nice temperature that we have. So thank you very much, Eyad.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you to all.